Welcome to Education for All channel. Watch the complete video for detailed information.
Commonly used shortcuts for MS Office. Microsoft Word. CTRL plus B, bold. CTRL plus I, italicize. CTRL plus U, underline. CTRL plus L, align left. CTRL plus R, align right. CTRL plus A, center. CTRL plus J, justify. CTRL plus N, create a new document. CTRL plus O, open a document. CTRL plus S, save a document. CTRL plus W, close a document. CTRL plus P, print a document. CTRL plus F2, print preview. Navigation. CTRL plus left arrow, move one word to the left. CTRL plus right arrow, move one word to the right. CTRL plus up arrow, move to the beginning of the current paragraph. CTRL plus down arrow, move to the end of the current paragraph. CTRL plus home, move to the beginning of the document. CTRL plus end, move to the end of the document. CTRL plus G, go to a specific page, section or line. F6, switch between the document, task pane, ribbon, and status bar. Editing. CTRL plus backspace, delete one word to the left. CTRL plus delete, delete one word to the right. CTRL plus X, cut selected text. CTRL plus C, copy selected text. CTRL plus V, paste copied or cut text. CTRL plus A, select all text in document. CTRL plus Z, undo the last action. CTRL plus Y, redo the last action. CTRL plus F, open the find dialog box. CTRL plus H, open the replace dialog box. F4, repeat the last action. F7, spell check selected text and or document. Formatting. CTRL plus B, bold selected text. CTRL plus I, italicize selected text. CTRL plus U, underline selected text. CTRL plus A, center selected text. CTRL plus L, left align selected text. CTRL plus R, right align selected text. CTRL plus J, justify selected text. CTRL plus Shift plus greater than, increase font size. CTRL plus Shift plus less than, decrease font size. Microsoft Excel. CTRL plus C, copy. CTRL plus V, paste. CTRL plus X, cut. CTRL plus Z, undo. CTRL plus Y, redo. CTRL plus F, find. CTRL plus H, replace. CTRL plus N, create a new workbook. CTRL plus O, open a workbook. CTRL plus S, save a workbook. CTRL plus W, close a workbook. CTRL plus P, print a workbook. CTRL plus F2, print preview. F2, edit cell. F4, repeat last action. F11, create a chart. Microsoft Excel. Navigation. CTRL plus home, move to the beginning of the worksheet. CTRL plus end, move to the end of worksheet. CTRL plus arrow keys, move to the last filled cell in a row or column. CTRL plus page up, switch to the previous worksheet. CTRL plus page down, switch to the next worksheet. F5, go to a specific cell or range. F11, create a chart. Editing. CTRL plus X, cut selected cells. CTRL plus C, copy selected cells. CTRL plus V, paste copied or cut cells. CTRL plus Z, undo the last action. CTRL plus Y, redo the last action. F2, edit the selected cell. F4, repeat the last action. F7, spell check selected cells and or worksheet. Formatting. CTRL plus V, apply or remove bold formatting. CTRL plus I, apply or remove italic formatting. CTRL plus U, apply or remove underline formatting. CTRL plus Shift plus $, apply currency formatting. CTRL plus Shift plus %, apply percentage formatting. CTRL plus Shift plus hash, apply date formatting. CTRL plus Shift plus @ apply time formatting. Microsoft PowerPoint. CTRL plus N, create a new presentation. CTRL plus O, open a presentation. CTRL plus S, save a presentation. CTRL plus W, close a presentation. CTRL plus P, print a presentation. F5, start a slideshow. F12, save as. Slide navigation. Home, go to first slide. End, go to last slide. Page up, go to previous slide. Page down, go to next slide. CTRL plus home, go to the beginning of the presentation. CTRL plus end, go to the end of the presentation. CTRL plus G, go to slide number. Text formatting. CTRL plus B, bold. CTRL plus I, italicize. CTRL plus U, underline. CTRL plus shift plus greater than, increase font size. CTRL plus shift plus less than, decrease font size. CTRL plus shift plus A, change case. CTRL plus shift plus C, copy formatting. CTRL plus shift plus V, paste formatting. Shapes. CTRL plus D, duplicate shape. CTRL plus shift plus G, group shapes. CTRL plus shift plus H, ungroup shapes. CTRL plus T, resize shape. CTRL plus shift plus Q, rotate shape. Counterclockwise. CTRL plus shift plus A, flip shape horizontally. Slideshow. B or period, blank screen. W or comma, white screen. CTRL plus P, pen tool. CTRL plus A, eraser tool. CTRL plus M, insert new slide. CTRL plus D, duplicate current slide. CTRL plus T, toggle timer. CTRL plus L, laser pointer when in slideshow mode.
Thanks all for watching. Keep studying. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel.